supply chain. Hope there was a problem in our earlier program. Regret for inconvenience. And now we are going to start the program on supply chain metrics. If you want to improve the performance of supply chain, you should know what are the things which you can measure, and then how to improve those supply chain parameters. This is one of the interesting session. Maybe you may not get such a consolidated supply chain metrics. I request you to comment if you need any clarification. On the other hand, if you need a copy of the PowerPoint, what I am going to present, you can always give your WhatsApp number in the comment section. Meanwhile, welcome once again. I'm sharing my PowerPoint presentation to you. Hope you are able to see the screen. Are you able to see the screen? Okay, so we will start with the metrics, or it is also known as key performance indicators. Possibly some of these are already in your annual performance review. Only if individuals perform better, the supply chain is expected to perform better. So the metric what we are going to see is both for individuals as well as for the organization if you want to improve the performance. Before going into the program, a brief introduction. My name is Pattabhi Raman. I am based in Bangalore. This is my LinkedIn profile. Hope many of you are connected with me. If you are not, request you to connect with me or follow me. And I can be searched by using supply chain master as the search word. As far as my profile is concerned, I am an engineer with a management degree, also a PG diploma in data science. I have nearly 3 decades of experience, out of which 2.5 decades in large multinational organization, including Bosch. Though most of this are auto tier one, BSAVE was a non-auto sector. I have handled the entire supply chain domain and have a practical knowledge. In the last assignment, I was serving as the general manager supply chain. Currently, I am CEO for the organization called Thoughtware Training Private Limited. As far as my certification is concerned, I am APIX certified professional with the major 3 certifications like CPAM, CSCP, and CLTD. Hope you are in the job. If you are in the job market, these type of certifications may be essential. If you need any further clarification on this type of certification, you are welcome to reach out to me. Also, there is one parallel organization called Demand Driven Institute. They provide similar certifications like Demand Driven Planner Professional. I was also certified purchasing manager from Institute of Supply Management, and also a project management professional. Coming to our organization, we are based in Bangalore, 4 years old organization. We provide both training and consulting in the area of supply chain, logistics, purchasing, and also analytics related with these domains. We operate under trade name of Exxpert SEM. Okay. Meanwhile, if you need any doubts or clarification on the, and also this PowerPoint, you can leave your WhatsApp number in the comment. Our executives are also available. You can note their WhatsApp number and send a hi message in their number. Coming to visibility and analysis, what you can see, you can measure. Maybe what you can measure, you can improve. This is the idea. In the quality circle, normally anything you want to improve, you need to start measuring the parameters. Possibly you should know what are those parameters which you need to measure so that you improve it. Possibly facts are our friends here. We will start discussing about the important supply chain metrics, starting with the agility. I am taking some of these parameters from Supply Chain Council, who have this core type of a metrics. One of the important metrics from them is the agility. Possibly these are the metrics which are used by the Gartner to measure the performance of the supply chain, and they release the top 25 supply chains every year. So one of the parameter could be agility. This also means flexibility. So how flexible are you in your operation when the demand is increasing or decreasing? How you are able to adjust yourself? So the parameters could be upside supply chain adaptability, downside supply chain adaptability, and overall value at risk. So it's not only that you are capable of increasing your capacity, but also decrease the capacity. It is not only keeping the resources idle, but you have to shrink yourself. Okay, when there is no demand, you have to shrink yourself. Means operational cost should also come down. They have given a boundary, like you can call yourself as an agile organization if you are able to go positive or negative in terms of capacity by 20% within a 30 days period. Because the in the market you may see many organizations, they tell themselves as agile or flexible, but if they are able to meet this kind of metric, it is fine. The idea is they have to reach this level and also able to sustain. If they are able to much higher, possibly they are not operating efficiently. So we have to see the flexibility combined with the efficiency of the organization. So this is one metric. Top world class company measure their flexibility. So if you are a supply chain executive, you can use agility as one of the performance in your own operation. How you are able to mobilize the materials and resources, transportation, all that when there is a swing, either positive or negative side. Coming to the second parameter, most important is cash to cash cycle. So here we are referring the time period between the time you make the payment to your vendor till you receive the payment from your customer. In between, there are so many process. Possibly you are placing an order to your vendor. He is supplying the part. Maybe there is a credit term, so you may take 45 days to make payment to the vendor, and then you have the conversion process inside your plant. Finally it reaches through the customer. Okay, so customer also may have a credit terms, may 40 days, 45 days. Sometimes it is possible to meddle with this payment term, so that you get advance from your customer, but you can delay payment to the supplier, which means you are managing the operation with the help of customers money, and no working capital is required. But it is not possible for all organization to manage in that way unless you are a channel master or you are powerful in that position. Okay, at the most, this cash to cash cycle should be much less, if not negative. It can be calculated by using this formula, like cash to cash cycle time is equal to receivable days plus inventory days minus payable days. There are other ways are also possible, but these figures are already available in your finance department. You can check on that. Supply chain cycle time is the total time taken after receiving the order till the customer gets the item when you don't have the raw material, which means that you are also arranging raw material in the process to after receiving the order. It could be something like make to order or engineering to order condition. So supply chain cycle time is the time it takes to order and receive supplies plus order fulfillment cycle times. Okay, next one is a perfect order index. So here the normally we take the seven number of R's, like a right product, right quality, right quantity, right time, right location, all that it goes. So you can measure on each of these parameters and combine them. Okay, right quantity at right time, if you multiply them, then you may get a different figure. For example, if you assume there are four parameters, and each one is 90%, then you are going to multiply each of this to get the combined perfect order. If you are using all the six parameter, then you have to multiply all the six parameter, in which case the perfect order level for the best performing company could be around 50 to 60%. Many people don't use all the parameter. Possibly they may use on time and in full, which will see those also. But if you are want to become a global supply chain, you need to measure parameter also. But if your competitors doesn't do it and you feel you are already a benchmark organization, you can go in for a simple on time delivery measurement. Here it is also called as OTD. So it means that the customer wanted some items to be delivered on a particular date. If he has placed possibly you can take for a month, he has placed 100 orders, he wanted all the 100 orders to be dispatched. If you have dispatched only 90 orders, it means the OTD is 90%. Here we are not focusing whether all the items as per order is being dispatched, but if you see the other one, it is called in full delivery, which means customer also wants the delivery as per the order. All the quantities should match the order. Okay, that's where we call it as in full quantity. Assume that there are 100 orders with a different pot code and different quantity. Are you able to dispatch all the 100 orders with the quantity mentioned in the order? If you are able to do that, then it becomes 100% in full delivery. If you are able to do only 90%, then it becomes 90%. Sometimes these two are combined to call it as a OTIF, in time, okay, on time and in full. That is called OTIF type of a measurement. The next metric is gross margin return on investment. Your inventory is an investment for the stakeholder. So how much money you are able to make out from this investment? Okay, so normally this GMRI should be in the range of 200 to 225. Yeah, so here we are going to use gross profit divided by opening inventory minus closing inventory divided by 2. Why we are doing this is average inventory. Gross profit by average inventory is the gross margin return on investment, GMROI. Okay, this is one popular metric used in many organizations. Total supply chain management cost as a percentage of sales. This is also one metric where you can compare along with your competitors or benchmark industry. You will be knowing what is the total supply chain operational cost and your revenue for your organization. You are only taking a percentage of that total revenue. Okay, so you can see the formula is very simple. Total supply chain cost, maybe you are already operating with a budget, divided by the total revenue. So this is one more metric. Coming to sales outstanding, possibly we are talking about payable from the customer. How many days sales you are yet to receive payment from the vendors, though may not be directly related with supply chain. Nowadays there are margins shrinking between sales and supply chain, possibly even finance. So it becomes an integrated team, especially when you're operating in a middle or senior level management. Okay, so the days outstanding could be made by receivables by sales into number of days in a period. So if you are calculating days, you can use it could be weeks or even months by using this formula. Anyone who have joined late, I want to further remind, you need not note down this. If you need this PowerPoint, you can always reach out to our staff. They have provided you WhatsApp number in the comments. So you can reach them through the WhatsApp. Just say hi message to them so that you can get the PDF for your reference. Coming next, inventory days of supply. Here it is reverse compared to the previous one. Here we are going to say, for example, I am having 15 days stock to meet the demand, or I have 45 days inventory to meet the demand. So anyway, you can express in terms of how much supply is available with you. Okay, so the formula could be average inventory in a month divided by monthly product demand. To simply say, we are just declaring how many days or weeks worth inventory we are holding. Okay, it implies that you are in a strong position to take care of the demand. Once again, you have to see that you are not exceeding the demand level, I mean inventory level. That has to be kept in mind. The next parameter could be inventory to sales ratio. It's also called ISR. Maybe it is something similar to one more metric what we have seen. It is a inventory value divided by the sales value. So here we are talking in terms of dollar value. Okay, most popular for supply chain professional and which you must know is inventory turnover. How many turns you are able to do in a year. And normally this parameter is based on annual performance. Possibly if you have 6 months inventory, you are going to say I am my ITR is 2 times, which means you are able to turn the inventory 2 times in a year. If you say you have 3 months worth inventory, then you are able to turn it 4 times. It is always better you have higher turnover ratio. Okay, normally it is measured as COGS divided by average inventory. COGS is nothing but cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. Okay, if you are not sure how to measure it, please check it, because this is very much important in terms of, even if you are attending any interview, this could be a basic question. Or if you are not measuring in your organization, it is the right time to measure this basic term. Either you can use inventory turnover ratio or days of supply, which we have seen earlier. Both should be okay. Then some commercial term metric we are using, turn earn index. So here we are trying to combine inventory turnover ratio along with the profitability ratio to find out how much it is profitable to invest in the business. Normally this index should be around 150. So you can see it is a simple formula: inventory turnover into gross profit in terms of percentage. Then you get turn earn index. Okay, possibly very few company may be measuring, but global supply chain measure using this formula. Inventory velocity is something how fast your inventory is moving in your supply chain. Okay, So it is measured by opening stock divided by upcoming period sales forecast. Okay, how fast it is moving. You are having inventory. Are you able to sell it, or how fast you can dilute this inventory is something called inventory velocity. Months on hand, earlier we spoken about days of supply. This is something similar. Months on hand indicates how many months of inventory you have in your disposal. Maybe possibly we are putting that inventory turnover ratio in a different format. Okay, here we can say I have 6 months inventory or 4 months inventory. So here the calculation is average inventory per year divided by COGS, cost of goods sold. So it's only the same formula. We are just pulling around the numerator, denominator, left side, right side, like that. Okay. Coming to the fill rate, this is one more important factor. Maybe it is something similar to OT for on-time delivery or in full delivery, but here we are going to see in a slightly different way. Okay, there are various ways of measuring this order fill rate. So customer has released 100 orders in a month. If you are able to dispatch 90 orders out of 100, then the order fill rate is 90%. Similarly, you have line fill rate. Each order could be multiple lines. So in a month, if customer has released 10 order each with the 100 line, possibly 1000 line items are there for a month. So are you able to dispatch all this 1000 line item to the customer? If not, then there is a problem. This way also you can measure. If you are able to dispatch only 900 out of 1000, then it means the fill rate in terms of line fill rate is 90%. Then you have unit fill rate. Each unit wise, you have to see whether you are able to dispatch in the first attempt. So it's all same thing in a different way of looking at it. Okay, so the formula wise, it's a common sense formula: 1 minus total items minus shipped item divided by total item. Just I have told you example. If you are dispatched 900 line item out of 1000 line item, it means your fill rate is 90%. Okay, supplier on time delivery, it is something like you are expecting, your customer is expecting from you in terms of on time delivery, same how you are can expect from your vendor. Okay, is he supplying on time is important for your performance. Okay, so the formula is simple: number of products supplier delivers on a time in a period to total number of items. The same way what our customer are doing to you, you can do it to your vendor. So this is one of the metric for vendor delivery performance. Coming to some more idea or return reason, so many times customer returning the item, it could be due to wrong model dispatched or wrong quantity or damage during transit. By measuring this also you can correct the error, because these type of issues results in higher return logistics. Monthly or weekly you can measure like this. A sample is given: item damaged or broken 80%, do not match description, don't like this item. Possibly this is applicable for e-commerce, where they take back the item even asking without asking for any reasons. Okay, so next metric is on order to cash. Order to cash is something similar to order to cash to cash, but here we are not worried about cash payment to the vendor, but we are starting at some intermediate stage. Here We are talking from the time the order is received till you dispatch to your customer and get the payment taken from your customer. Okay, so this is called order to cash. So date of the customer order minus date of receipt and recording customer payment for the order after you receive it. Okay. So there are similar metrics in planning. If you are a supply chain or inventory planning or supply planning, there are some metrics which you can see. If you are interested, you can WhatsApp. There are metrics for warehouse people specific to warehouse. And finally, coming to logistic, you have a similar metric in terms of transit time, variation, budget, route load optimization, all this. Finally, there are a lot of tools to do it. Maybe some of the tools is SNOP is one of the tool where you can improve the performance. Demand driven MRP is one more tool. Lean methodologies, supplier and customer relationship management. Finally, if you have analytical skill, you will be able to measure this, also improve the performance. Finally, to have proper measurement, you need some type of analytical knowledge. That's where we do a supply chain analytics program with a 7 different module. If you are interested in getting details, you reach out to us. We also provide some type of internship scholarship. You can visit our site for more information. You can also like and comment. Hope this program has helped you. Thank you for your participation. Bye. As informed earlier, if you need any information, you can always reach out. To the WhatsApp numbers are given. Thank you for watching out. Bye.